It's not even that hot. It's not even that hot. Let's do coffee. So, something that I didn't have on here that I buy for like every new mom is two-way zipper onesies. The sleep and play. Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Cece. I do a lot of like motherhood lifestyle. I talk about it all. I keep it honest. I keep it real. I share products, tips, just along my motherhood journey. So please subscribe and like this video if this is more content that you're wanting to see. I decided what to do is my baby registry. Oh my god, registry. That word is so hard for me to say. I don't know why. And I have a 2-year-old, so I wanted to kind of give y'all my insight 2 years later, items I wish I would have put on there, items that I wish I didn't, things I got that I didn't put on there that I love, and just kind of go down the list and see kind of just my honest, you know, feedback, honest review, whatever you want to call it, to just kind of go through my list. And I use baby lists when I decided to do my items. Like, I didn't know, I thought about Bye Baby, but I just wanted like a lot of different things. I'm probably so hot because I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but F it. So anyway, so I wanted to kind of go over, I'm gonna pull up it on my phone and kind of go over my list to kind of see, okay, this is my honest feedback. The first one on here, it is the Halo Bassinet swivel sleeper. So we got the basic Halo Bassinet. I will say, like, you don't really know what you're gonna do until you're in the situation when it comes to being a mom. So at our old house, Grady's room was really close to our room, and about 8 or 9 weeks, we did switch him to his room. Before that, he was taking majority of his naps in there. I would try to be intentional about putting him in his room for naps. I learned that from taking care of babies. And so at 8 or 9 weeks, Greg and I were like over him being in our room, and he just wasn't sleeping that well in the bassinet. So I only used it for literally 2 months, and I gave it to a friend of mine that was expecting. So it got good use out of it. But the legs are really wide. It's really bulky. I will say I will probably do my research again once we have a second kid for a bassinet. I probably will end up with the Halo again because I just love the height of it. Our bed is even higher now in our new house, and I like how you can pull it towards you, especially if you probably have a C-section. It's probably a lot easier for you. So I still will probably do the Halo. There was moments where I thought about getting this new bassinet, but I decided not to. It was just desperate times. Desperate measures for desperate times, whatever that saying is. So then on my list is the Nuna Baby breathable mattress. So as you see back here, that's Grady's crib. And some of the, I will preface too, some of the big ticket items weren't on ours because we had already like allocated, like people had already allocated for those gifts. So I don't have some of these big ticket items on there, but I will talk about them. And I will link my nursery tour down below that kind of goes through all the nursery items that I kept and loved and what we splurged on. So his crib mattress I love. Like I said this before, I used the Owlet for a while, and I will think back because I had really bad postpartum anxiety. I think that might have made my anxiety worse, like to the point where I couldn't even put I had to have the Owlet on his foot in order for me to be able to go to sleep. Like I was like crazy about it. But honestly, the breathable mattress is what really like honestly saved my anxiety when he started to roll over. And I will rebuy this for a second kid. I love this mattress. I will buy a mattress, and a lot of time you can get a code for like $50 off, or like an influencer will have a code. I have on here is the Solly baby like wearable thing. Grady didn't really wear that well, not until like 4 or 5 months, and I ended up getting the Bjorn one instead. I recommend, I'm just not a wrap person. Maybe when I have a second kid, I know you need to do things easier. It's easier to carry them while you have another kid. So I will reassess this category as that day comes. It's like that could have been money for other things that someone else could have bought, and I used it maybe 3 times. Like I took a picture of it and that was it. It came highly recommended, but it just did not work for me. Another circumstantial item. The baby shusher. I use this so much, like a sound machine like that. This kind of goes hand in hand with the hatch. Sound machines, yes, you can have, you know, 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. I did have some like the shades for the car. I will link, and I'll link everything down below that I talk about in case you're interested. I will link the one that actually works for me and what didn't. This one that like kind of sucks to the window, that didn't work. I had to just do the one that the whole thing just kind of goes on it. So my diaper bag is the Freshly Picked. This was actually in my current favorites video that I also will link down below. I actually really like this. I used it for the first 6 months. I didn't use it for like a year after that, and then I started using it again. So I would say a year ago, I would say you probably could buy another diaper bag, which you definitely can. That's much cheaper. There's dupes on Amazon. But I love it. I love the look. I love the aesthetic. I like wearing a backpack now because just having a toddler, having to bend over a lot and like, you know, being on your toes, I just use a backpack and just have like a shoulder purse. Elephant pacifier, like the Wubbanub, I think. Grady did not take a passy, so it's good to have these on here in case your kid does, but Grady did not like a passy, so I really didn't get much use out of these. The humidifier, yes. Frida Baby 3-in-1 humidifier and diffuser, yes, 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 yes. The shark, the baby shark, the baby card mirror, yes. Snuggle Me, so I didn't have a Snuggle Me until like Grady was a month, no, maybe 2 weeks old, because my friend like bought it late and like it shipped late, and she finally bought it for us, and like it finally shipped. That they're expensive, but I like how flat they are. I didn't use it for like sleep, like overnight, but I used it for like naps. I would have Grady on the couch because our couch is pretty big. I would have it on there and I was able to work. So I'm a big believer, or like I'm trying to think of the word, like whatever makes it easier for you, get it. Like you don't have to justify everything that you buy for your baby, and some things might not work, but whatever is good for you, get it. Like that's how I felt about the LV pumps. Like I just got them to help me with breastfeeding, and like, yeah, it was expensive, but if you're able to afford it, or if you're trying to like figure out what you need to get, I'm pretty much a good person to ask, because I have bought a lot of baby products in the past and I have used different things. So we use the Ubi steel diaper pail, which is still over there, and we love it. Frida Baby no sucker, yes, 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 get like 5. Birth cloths, I kind of use those, kind of not. So when it comes to car seats, we have the Nuna RX, and I'll link that video below because I went over like the Nuna mixed stroller and the Nuna RX. I love Nuna products. We went ahead and got the Nuna Rava car seat. We love that car seat as well. So yes to all of those. You can definitely put like first food items, like we did like the easy peasy first food items, and like Grady used that. The copper pearl bandana bibs, he used those. Swaddles. So I had a mom friend that was like, you have to get this swaddle, it's so cute. Who has time? I say this all the time. Who has time for a blanket swaddle? Get you a zip Velcro swaddle. We like the Halo. Halo was fine. The one that what is it called? It's a guy that created the Snow. I'll link all the swaddles I recommend below, but there's a couple different ones. The Sleep Pia, that works for us. Passy clips. When it comes to breastfeeding, definitely get like ice little heater bags for your boobs. Storage bags are good. I really like, some people are, this is like kind of controversial, but I really liked the Brezza baby bottle sterilizer. I use this all the time to like clean my pump parts and bottles, because you need to have, sterilize every so often. So I loved using the baby resin bottle sterilizer. I used that for a good minute, and like Grady would take bottles here and there from my parents and from Greg, and it was just much easier to clean in there, and I would clean his toys. Like I've almost thought about bringing it back out just to clean some of his toys. And yeah, I love it. The boppy, no, that's all I have to say. Like if you don't get the boppy, just get like the breastfeeding pillow, don't get the boppy. I like the Comotomo baby bottles. That's what Grady took. But if you're new here, if you're a new parent, like kids kind of pick the bottle. So there's some like retailers that will sell like a variety pack. I would buy that instead versus like a specific bottle brand, because you don't know what your baby's gonna take. And pay attention to the nipple flows, because each nipple is made for like the certain age kid, and if they're breastfeeding, they're on the same nipple, like that first nipple. You don't want it that you don't want it to be any, I can't think of the names anymore, but you don't want it to come faster out, because then they might prefer the bottle. So that's a good tip. Haka breast pump, yes. The blooming bath, like the flower thing, no, that thing got so wet, so heavy. I was like, this is gonna be mold. I barely used it maybe for 2 weeks. So no, just get like a normal bathtub. And the Kikiru peanut changer, so I actually have that over here still. I obviously don't use it as much as I did in those newborn stages, because I don't change as many diapers as I did, and Grady's about to get potty trained here soon. I loved it. It's clean, it's sanitary, it's aesthetically pleasing. I think it's really cute. It's definitely an item I'm gonna keep for our next baby. This other stuff is like decorations. A thermometer, yes. A Oogie Bear, yes. A nail trimmer, yes. First aid kit, yes. We have the Nana, as you can kind of see back here. We love the Nana. Greg is a very big tech guy, and we did a lot of research on cameras and like the chances of people like hacking, and the Nana is really secure. Like I have been loving the Nana my entire journey as a mom. I see now that they actually have it where you can split screens. You can have 2 kids on the monitor, which is a huge plus. So when we have a second kid, God willing, we'll be able to get the Nana again, and we could be good to go. So I just like, I'm able to see my kid. Like I was out to dinner last night. I was able to check on him while I was eating. Like I was at a doctor's appointment. I was able to see him napping. I like the flexibility of having it on my phone. And if you're someone that's like, I don't want it on my phone all the time, I want a separate device, that Amazon shows are compatible. So I don't have one in here, but we have one at our we have one in our office for a while. When he was napping all the time, we could watch him, and then we have one at our bedstand. So I would just have that on at night, and it works as like a baby monitor. So if you're wanting something separate, it is compatible. And once we found that out, we were like, yes, sign us up. Let's see what else. Any type of wooden play gym is good. Toys, like wooden toys, a play mat, stuffed animals. Like, you know, babies don't really need that much. And so I really had a very concise list, because you kind of want to strategize it, because some people, you don't want to put a lot of different things or a lot of different colors on something. You don't want to put clothing unless that's something that you just want to do, because people might buy those and then you have a lot of one thing but not everything. You kind of want to like optimize your entire list so you can figure out, so everyone can get what you really need. Like car seats is a good thing to put on there. Strollers is a good thing to put on there. Our crib was bought by my mother-in-law, so our crib is from Crate and Barrel, Crate and Kids, and I got a lot of things from Crate and Kids. Like I said, I'll link everything down below. And the nursery, I feel like Greg and I kind of did on our own, and then things that we wanted, that we needed for Grady, like that he needed, people bought. Like a lot of clothes. People are gonna buy clothes no matter what. They're gonna buy whatever clothes that they want for the baby. Like you can try to tell them like get you a gift card, but people are gonna buy whatever they want to buy for your baby. Trust me. I'm trying to think of other things that I really needed versus something that you're gonna want. I'm trying to think what else. What did we have to buy that was annoying? Something that I didn't have on here that I buy for like every new mom is 2-way zipper onesies. The Sleep and Play ones from Carter's, golden. Those Grady lived in for like 6-7 months, because you're changing them all the time. They might have accidents. Like Grady didn't really start wearing real clothes until he could walk. Like until like closer to 1. Now obviously I like get him cuter clothes, not cuter clothes, but I get him like real outfits because he's 2, so it's like a lot different now. You're not constantly changing his diaper, and then he's about to be potty trained, like I said, so it just looks very different as they get older. But those first like few months, especially like a fall baby like I did, he lived in 2-way zippers. Like that's all he wore. Sometimes I put like a sweatpant and like a onesie, but those 2-way zippers are phenomenal, like the overnight changing things. Also get these like night lights. I rarely talk about them, but they were really helpful. I think I heard, I forget which influencer, I had a lot of influencers pregnant at the same time as me, so I was constantly like consuming content, and I forget which one said it, but they had these little night lights so you could just touch. I'll link those are from Amazon. Those worked wonders. Like I brought that to the hospital with me, and the nurses were like, I love that night light, because it wasn't just like pitch black. They had like, they could see me. And then it was a lot easier for like diaper changes and stuff like that, and like having him in his room. Obviously the hatch, you can't see it, but I have the hatch over here, which is a big one. That one's good as a nightlight, but this one was just a little bit more dimmable. And I mean, the hatch is super, is it too, but it was just a lot easier to just like click it. And so we would have 2 of those that we would use like in our room and in his room that were really helpful. And yeah, that kind of concludes my video of what I think about what I put on this list. Like what, 2.5 years ago I curated this list. And something else that I really like that you could put on your list is the Nuna trike. I can't speak to the Nuna stroller, but I love the Nuna trike, but you can't use that until they're like 10 months old. But yeah, that basically is it. I hope this video helps. I'm gonna start, you know, posting different stuff, so let me know. Hit that like button. I'll see y'all later. Bye.